This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming. I can't believe here we are in November. The election's tomorrow. It's like life is speeding by, but here we are. Thanks for coming. Mom can't make it tonight. Everybody all here. So, does everybody want to look over the minutes? And if you can get a chance to look over the minutes here, you can look over them. Take a minute, and we'll approve or not. So Steve did, I did put the next meeting, December 1st on here. I mean, that really should, or Peter, Peter noted that, so it really should be November.
Third.
It's because it was the meeting minutes. This should have reflected that today's meeting instead of December's meeting. It's just a minor. Oh, I see. But I will correct that. Thank you, Peter.
Motion to approve. Second.
All right. Thank you. Anybody have any public speak? Anybody? All right, let's just dive right in then. Leslie, you want to start off with Art Walk?
Yeah, we had a very successful art walk this last weekend. It was also Eastworks Open Studios, so there was a ton going on, and things were very well attended. Yeah, I don't know what else to report. Nothing special or out of the ordinary, but a beautiful night.
Yeah, it was a beautiful night, actually. All right, great. Into ECA gallery submissions.
Yeah, so we do an open call every summer, and this year we got 63 submissions for 9 available slots. And this, I have to just pull it up. This post about to submit art received 24,000 views. So it was 2 posts. Like I posted it and then I posted it again with the first post was shared 547 times.
Wow, that's great.
And the second post was shared 33 times, which is like more like a lot of shares for us. Like more than 30 shares is a lot of shares for most posts. So when I saw that there were 63, I mean, usually we've been in the like 40 plus range, which is great for 9 slots. I was a little concerned that it would be a bunch of people from like all over the country or the world, because I'm like, if it's being shared and people could just start applying. Aside from just a few out of state or like out of region applications, they're all like local and regional. And I only recognized like 5 people. So all those things are very unusual, and I think very positive that our things are being shared. New people are applying. So Tracy and Maud and I will be meeting in the coming weeks to review all of the applications, to make decisions, and then everything will be chosen by the new year. So we usually do a big announcement in the new year. to part of the announcement of our new programming. So, yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah, didn't you say there was, some from Holyoke and, where else
Like
was it?
East Longmeadow, like a number of places, I saw that were like, have up it, like I know East Longmeadow has like a lot of like up and coming arts, community art stuff going on. So I think there was someone from Pittsfield. Like I didn't look through all of them. It was just, I was kind of randomly just like getting a sense. So I thought it was great.
It's the public art.
So couple things with public art. I think they're all things we've mostly talked about. We're talking about transforming the old transformer box into a public, like a comment box for people to give feedback about arts and culture. And so I met with Greg Nudelman. I've been talking to interim Mayor Derby about a location. It would be here at 50 Payson. That's all been approved. The idea is that it will most likely be installed. Well, the concrete should be poured before winter. And then I think based on the amount of fabrication that needs to be done to like transform it, it's going to be installed in the spring. Yeah, so there's that. The Public Art Committee, I had painted the bike racks on Union Street with a fade. The Public Art Committee felt like the fade was a little too faded and wanted a little, some
more
darker
oomph.
elements, a little more oomph. So I haven't done it yet, but I will be repainting them so that they have a little more, I don't know. I drove by the other day. I'm like, I think they look fine, but whatever, it's fine.
More of a gradient.
Well, there was a gradient, and a lot of the gradient was on the lighter side, and I think the committee was more like, wanted the gradient to be more on the darker side in them, so just to have a little more oomph. Yeah. But I did notice that the cones were taken away.
Oh, they were?
Which actually makes it look better.
Okay.
But
So yeah, so that needs to happen. My public art meeting's on Wednesday. And somehow I think I'm gonna do it before Wednesday. We'll see how that goes.
So you want to do it before it's too cold.
I know, it's already a little too cold, but
does that mean tomorrow?
Yeah, that means
means-
tomorrow.
we'll see,
morning.
we'll see what
That's the
happens.
meeting.
We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Okay, and the fundraiser, that's,
A lot of updates on the fundraiser. So it's shaping up to be a very beautiful evening, Friday, December 5th, 6 to 9 p.m. Marigold on Cottage Street. I hope you all can attend. Were you going to say something? So here's what we've got, people. We've got this flyer. We're going to print them all up and distribute them. Yeah.
oh, you got, you drew enough for
I
everybody.
did, yeah. Here,
Here's
wanna
your
take a look at them?
invitation.
Here, pass those around. So basically, we're going to have so Silas Kopp, longstanding member of the arts and cultural community here in Easthampton, will be our MC. Pamela Means Project is going to perform for the first half of the evening. And she's got her quintet. It's going to be like a lovely evening of jazz, a lot of old standards, a lot of new originals, really good. We wanted like something like jazz, but like soulful, thoughtful, like depth in the room.
Have you seen Pamela? She's great.
And she's like Easthampton through and through, local favorite. So we talked the other day, you know, the musicians have a bunch of questions that I need to follow up with Marigold about as far as like the back line and the load in and all these things. So, and then Nectar, who is another great band, performed at Cultural Chaos this year. They are like a Latin, I would say like, jazz, soul, little funk, really beautiful. So we talked, they're going to kind of start off slow with some bossa nova and then sort of like develop into a really fun party evening. I talked to both musicians, like it is a party. We want people to be able to talk and feel free to talk. Like it's different than going to a show where everyone's being quiet, listening. They totally get it. Like that was very important to me. Like I don't want anyone to feel, you know, if it's not the right fit, not the right fit. But everyone was like totally into that, happy with that. They're both very happy. So we then talked to Luke Cavignac, painter in Eastworks. You might be familiar with his paintings. They tend to be very simple and bold. We're going to have live painting. Tracy and I are going to prep a bunch of surfaces, and then he's going to be doing sort of like paintings on demand type of thing in the room. There are going to be, so we're paying all the artists to do what they're doing, and then we're asking that any tips or donations will go to ECA since it's our fundraiser. I talked to the folks at Printed Mass. They're going to bring in a mobile press. We're going to have the 20th anniversary logo printed. I think we're going to get a bunch of tote bags, but people can like order them up in the room, and it's kind of fun to have that going on. We're going to have poetry on demand by Adam Grabowski. Galaxy and Nini's are providing food. We're still looking for at least one other local establishment to provide food. A number of people have told us that they're not able to do that due to staffing, due to the fact that it's a Friday night. I think it's tough to be a restaurant right now. And so we're looking to find at least one other group. And then there's going to be like an ECA timeline. There's going to be bears on the stage and in the room. Like there's going to be a lot of very special features throughout the evening. We do want to do the ECA volunteer awards, which we'll talk more about. We need to talk more about that. We got a $10,000 donation from River Valley Co-op, and I really wanted to say presented in partnership with someone. I think it communicates a real community spirit, collaborative spirit, and they didn't hesitate. So that's, you know, all the money raised will go toward our 2026 and future programming, but it feels really nice to like have that. She asked if there was anything else, and I said, one of the members of our planning team loves your carrot cake. We would love your carrot cake for our birthday cake. And so we will be singing happy birthday at the end of the evening, and the birthday cake is presented by River Valley Co-op. So I'm in the middle of making a ton of asks to all the local sponsors I can possibly think of. The goal of the planning committee is like $20,000 raised for 20 years. That's kind of net, would be great, would feel really good. So we will see. You all approved a $5,000 budget. We are currently, I haven't actually added up all the things, but it's currently like not $2,000 with all these things I just said. People are being generous, and you know, I will give everyone an update on that next meeting. So our next meeting is Monday, December 1st. The party's Friday, December 5th. And then art walks the next night. I'm like, I can't forget to go to art. Sorry, I should not say that. It was just like, I think I didn't realize the timing when we first started playing. So anyway, I'm not gonna forget to go to art. What I'm thinking I'll do, I like to send a fundraiser report like within the week or so after the fundraiser, so you all know. I'll just send it in an email. We often don't meet in January, and I'd rather have it to you all before then anyway, so I'll just send a little breakdown of like how much money we raised and all the different ways it came in. But Tracy and Denise Riggs, who's one of the founding members of ECA and longtime former chair, Ellen Coteen, who's like the first person who wrote grants for ECA, and Marlise Stoddard, who used to own a store, but like all founding members, we've been meeting every Monday afternoon, just like getting this all going. We're going to have a silent auction. We've got a lot of, I would say 95% of the things on this list so far are all things that we will secure. Many of them have already been secured. A bunch of asks are about to go out. But it's shaping, tickets to Mass MoCA, Isabella Gardner Museum, Science Museum, a lamp by Jana Ugoni, a lot of gift certificates, a lot of experiential happening, very like Easthampton focused, special, lovely things. So if any of you have ideas for silent auction items, that would be amazing. And if any of you have connections or things you would feel comfortable asking someone for, it's a big, big help. It's just like the silent auction is an area where like the more things we have, the more money we'll raise. And Tracy and Denise are both also on the public art committee, and for the fundraisers we've been doing at Galaxy for public art, they've been putting these beautiful baskets to get like curated silent auctions, so like higher ticket price items. We used to do silent auction items with like starting bids of $5 for like $30 things, and we sort of like upped it a
Like put them
little.
together so that people, it's not like a pair of earrings and like, like it's.
Yeah, it's been really nice, and like putting them in a basket and like having there be some kind of themes. So it's shaping up to be a very, very beautiful evening. Like, it's important to me that it feels very special, and it's going to feel very special. So
I just had an idea.
Yeah.
So you guys at Oxbow always do those beautiful, like, photo things. Do you have any of those left? Any of those, like,
Oh my gosh, you mean at the Cultural Chaos stuff? Yeah,
Yeah.
we have panels of like Starry Night and,
what
Yeah.
if we put one of those up?
oh, that's
for-
such a
as, like,
fun idea.
Like
Yeah.
somewhere where people could do
That
the
would be
photo
great.
booth with one of
Little
those.
holiday lights around them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice idea, Tracy. Yeah, we have them.
You have, I mean, I don't know
What
if
are the
you.
different ones you've done or that you
All right,
have.
what do we have? We have the Hokusai Wave, which is
That's kind of big though. That
yeah,
one's
and
big.
we've had Starry Night, and then what did we just do? We just did the butterfly. We did that. This artist in the gallery knit like monarch butterfly wings, and we made like a Yayoi Kusama like
Yeah.
butterfly garden with little
Yeah.
props.
Yeah.
So we have, yeah. I mean, Starry Night would be fun, right?
Starry
Wouldn't that
Night would
kind
be
of
fun,
And,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It
we
is
could-
called Light Up the Arts too.
Yeah.
Starry Night.
Yeah.
Sorry, night.
Yeah,
That's-
that would be
that would be
great.
fun.
idea. All right. Yeah, thanks.
And then we
That's a
could
great
put,
idea.
Oxbow Gallery.
People
yeah.
love the photo booth
I know,
thing,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
It like
they
doesn't
do.
get old. It's like,
There's
No, it doesn't.
David in Eastworks now, the guy who has the like co-op studio that you
Yeah,
go in, and
yeah.
he now has a photo 360 photo thing.
cyclorama.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was
Was-
showing
did
it
you
off
used to
at
come to these
Studios.
meetings?
Yeah.
No, that was a
No,
different
different
guy.
David.
Yeah, no, it's.
I
yeah.
want to say this guy's David. He's new.
Diet, he's a new guy. He's a photographer.
Yeah.
David Heisler. Yeah. So awesome.
Thank
Yay.
you.
Oh, that's great. I just,
Guess I should
What she doing it
oh
yesterday.
yeah, that's fun.
get a vote. I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah,
No, it's fine.
But
So,
that sounds like it's probably pretty big, right?
It's like a camera on a long post that you basically stand on a circle and it spins around you. So it's
Oh.
not that big. It does take up probably like 8 circular feet.
Yeah, that's big for that
Yeah,
space. though.
it's
But that would be cool.
that would be cool. Oh my
Wait, let me
God.
see. Oh, so it's so interactive, and there's like a camera that films you, like.
yeah. You
yeah,
just
okay, and
stand
it
on a
spins
circle,
on
it
it.
spins around you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then it looks like it goes into slow motion at one point. Yeah. Fun. Well, and in order to do donuts, you need a kitchen. Right?
Yes.
See the bowl
And
and
there
the
isn't
food?
one in there.
Where we could
right?
bring in donuts.
Should we have your truck outside?
Yeah. put the truck-
I mean, there's a back alley. If you know Marigold, there's a door right
Yeah.
through the back that goes right to an alley that's like behind, and we could park like right there
Oh, that's
and like bring them in.
Donuts in the back alley.
Or they could come
I
out
like
to the
it.
back alley.
Would you be willing to do that,
Well, I should say,
or should we talk?
so we
yeah.
do we do shut down after November 15th, just because when it gets so cold, it's really hard to be outside.
Oh,
Yeah.
We are starting to do these baked donuts that are vegan and gluten free. Like we were selling them the other day at Open Studios, and I'm trying to get more people to like buy them in the winter time. So if that's
right,
something, we'd be happy to bake them and like a few dozen and donate.
That would be really nice. They're vegan and gluten free,
They could be either gluten free, vegan, or both.
because having a vegan gluten free option would be really nice with the cake.
I mean,
I think
the
that would be
cake is
better.
gluten free.
I think having
It's not vegan.
I think it's better to not have the people going in and out to the back.
I mean,
I think it's,
I'd rather not be standing outside
Yeah.
in December.
yeah, and
I
we'd
forgot
love for
about
you
the
to.
December thing. It just sounded like fun.
Yeah, no, it actually, like, I do think that alley would work for something in the spring or
Yeah, yeah.
warmer months.
Cool,
Right, cool.
great.
Cool. Let's talk further about the baked donuts.
Awesome. Any other questions or
Or thoughts?
thoughts?
Any ideas on silent auction?
Are you looking for like, I mean, ESP Auto has always been generous. Is that too arts related? But I mean, like,
No,
they'll donate
That's
$50.
great.
And I,
$50 off a tune-up or something, whatever.
yeah, just,
I'm about to ask, you know what? I'm about to send a lot of asks out. They're on my list.
yeah,
And I'm going to include with the donations, the option for like an and/or gift certificates. Because I think that might get a lot more people engaged. So I'm really glad you said that.
What about M&M? Those guys at M&M. I mean,
I'm
they
not-
just, anyway.
They should give us a.
Anyway,
I've been going
I'm just
there a
thinking
long
of-
time.
I was like, that's where I gotta
Right.
get, like inspection.
I can ask them. I
Oh,
have
yeah.
to go back. I have to go back.
does it have to be an Easthampton business?
No, not
It
necessarily.
Wasn't necessarily.
Southampton Country Club?
Southampton's totally, so like Easthampton, Southampton, Westhampton is like considered
The region, the art
reach.
region, yeah, okay.
the municipal.
Yeah.
What would they, how
Round
does that
golf.
work?
What?
Round
Around the
golf.
golf?
Yeah, so do
Oh.
you know someone there? Is that something you'd be willing to inquire about?
Yeah, I can do that.
That would be
Yeah.
fantastic. Thanks.
What about the
Yeah.
conservatory, the dance
even,
conservatory, like a hip hop lesson or something?
their
Do they do
memberships are
less?
like
I don't know, it just seems like those kids could like,
I mean-
I think they could, or something. They're all like so many of them are teaching, you know, I follow them on Instagram. And I don't know, they're such a cool little thing.
Yeah, for sure.
What's happening with the CVS or the drugstore?
The Walgreens?
Walgreens. I was thinking maybe they're gonna turn that into a dance studio.
I know a lot of people with a lot of big ideas for that place.
Yeah.
That would be great, but
I'm sure Jean-Pierre's on it. We've already talked to Jean-Pierre. Because he's always been very generous as well.
One year, Arlen Roden gave us a set of tickets for a show at the Iron Horse.
it'd be great.
That was free coffee. That was a
Talk to
while ago.
Miriam.
All right.
Yep. Also, I have a friend who's retired shop teacher, and he makes wonderful stuff in his basement, benches. He's a wood maker. I guess that's what you call him.
Woodworker. yeah.
Woodworker. I bet I could get him to give something. Made a beautiful Nantucket bench for a silent auction at the church.
I would ask,
I'll ask
that would
him.
be great.
Yep.
Cool.
Great. Awesome.
Thanks, everyone.
All right. Well, I guess that leads us into the cultural council report.
Yeah, the main thing to report is that our grant deadline has come. So all applications for next year's grant cycle were due on October 16th. So we received 78 unique applications, up from 71 last year. Every year we keep setting the new record for, number of applications. The amount of money we're giving is the same as last year, so it just gets harder and harder to do that. I think it was $180,000 that was requested, and we have $16,500 to give them. So that's what we will be doing the next 2 meetings, which typically go a long time. So we're working. And that's the main thing that we were doing. So update on our kind of public art traffic box project that's you just let me know yesterday. That Amy Johnquist, the artist's brother, passed away.
Mhm.
So she is out of town. So
She's in Ohio, and I just had requested that she be able to do the work in spring because we were gonna do one in the fall and one in spring, and she just requested that she do both in spring. And so I didn't think there was a problem, but I contacted Steve and
I
just to
also
make sure.
we'll have to discuss at our next meeting, but I also don't think there'll be a problem. But I just think with the Comment Box project being in the spring, if timing works out, that maybe we can have one big celebration.
We should.
Oh, that would be really
beautiful.
fun, yeah. That would
That
be
would
really
be
fun.
great. I love that idea.
Mhm.
That'd be really nice.
So yeah, that's what we're doing.
Awesome.
Okay, great. So we wanted to talk about the art space development, which is
Yeah, so if you all remember that artists from Cottage Street Studios had been working with a consultant in Boston called
her name's Amy. Oh,
Amy Bennett, but the organization is called
Art stays here.
Art Stays Here.
Yeah.
Art Stays Here. They have continued working together, and they have continued to explore buildings in the area that might be able to serve, that they might be able to purchase and serve as long-term, affordable, sustainable art studio space. And so Amy Bennett has called together a handful of folks from the area. I'll be meeting with her this Friday, along with some of the artists and along with whoever else is going to be there. I think maybe a couple city councilors to get the updates. I guess they were looking at 3 different buildings in the area last week. One was in Easthampton on Arthur Road, Arthur Street. And then 2 of them, I believe, were in Florence.
The old Building 8, the brewery Building 8, in that river, it's a little like mill building area. I don't know what the name of it is. I want to say river or something, but I don't know. Anyway, they're looking at, that's one of the buildings. I think they're.
Yeah, so I just wanted you all to be aware that that was still happening, and
Yeah, the American Legion was for sale, and I was like, the American Legion, but that sold pretty quickly.
Really?
So, yeah.
or it's under
Or under
or
contract.
it's some,
You know who
it's in
bought it?
negotiation or
Maybe not
something.
who bought it, but, yeah.
I think
So,
it's in the process. Maybe.
Yeah.
Do you know?
No, I didn't know it had sold that.
yeah.
I don't know if it's sold. I think
Oh,
it's
in
under.
process.
Still
Yeah,
under
but it's-
contract,
yeah, yeah.
but that means kind of sold
Yeah, I
unless
didn't,
there's
yeah,
a
I
glitch.
didn't realize they
Yeah.
had accepted an offer. It's the coloring.
Oh, the color. Great. So, and then the art advocacy.
Do you want to give the update on that?
So there's been a group that has been like this art advocacy group is been meeting every month, and it's just all these arts organizations that are meeting, and they're talking about advocacy, how to have more of a collective voice. And so we met. I went up. We met in Deerfield. It's a rotating thing. It goes every, somebody hosts it at different points. And so we've been kind of talking about, who we are, what's our mission, sort of our mission, so that we can kind of invite other organizations in and kind of get clear on what we want our goals to be. But out of that, there is a summit that's happening. Senator Markey, is it Senator Mark? Senator Mark, not Markey. Anyway, he spearheaded this summit. It's going to be at Mass MoCA on November 14th.
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday. That might be that's the 14th. So if you're interested in going to that, it is from I think 10:30 to 4, and they're wanting people to come, and you have to register in advance. But there'll be a lot of discussions, panel discussions, and should be a lively discussion forum. So that's kind of one thing that's happening with that group. But that group is an ongoing group. Pascalina works together with this woman, another woman in the group, to come up with a statement of kind of what we're doing, and sort of kind of a mission statement, even though you weren't quite, you didn't, clear on if you wanted it to be called a mission statement. But I think that's kind of where
The idea is like how to, I think we talked about it a little bit before, just like having so many local groups with similar goals and interests, and with funding being so uncertain in the coming months and years, like ways we can work together, pool resources, learn from each other, share knowledge, and to like that benefits everybody. So it's like very much in development, but it's been pretty interesting.
And then there's the Easthampton Futures.
Yeah, so there was an article that came out in the Gazette a few weeks ago about the Easthampton Futures Project. It was interesting to me what was emphasized and what was not. It's like you interview, you talk and have certain ideas of things, but I did think it was really great that the emphasis seemed to be on like generating feedback and like wanting public input and participation in like to continue to develop this living document. We did say that moving forward, we would reserve space at our meetings to discuss any feedback that came in. No feedback has come in. But that's why we're gonna just keep it on the agenda. In the event that anything comes up, now's the time that we will share and discuss as necessary. And then once the little public comment receptacle box is installed, I think we could go ahead and just like add that to the discussion, our monthly discussion.
And then, new business. Anybody got new business?
If you want me to bring it up now, the city received a grant to do the second phase of wayfinding planning for the downtown. Some of you might have been around in 2020 when the first phase was done. And from that came one sort of motif of the bottleneck at Mount Tom over the pond, for the downtown signage. It wasn't like a full plan in the sense that they didn't really do an inventory of existing signage or make recommendations of where signage is needed, like specific locations and what type of sign and what should be included on the sign for information. So I applied for another grant to kind of finish that process. And I also am hoping out of that to have the original motif articulated a little bit differently for each like sub-district of the downtown. So Cottage, Union and Main, and Pleasant. So I know ECA was involved in the original plan, and I'm hoping to have some continued engagement from you all when we start this phase 2, particularly with the not redesign, but the specific designs for each district. I think it would be really important to have your feedback on that.
Great. Awesome.
And I don't know if everyone here knows that ECA made the map that's downtown here on Cottage Street and in many other areas, but we commissioned Laura Radwell. She's at Cottage Street and she's a painter, but she's also a graphic designer. She designed the first ECA logo. She designed the second ECA logo, our current logo. And she also made that map. It was a couple years of fine tuning. But that map has different colors for each of the different districts. And so it's really wonderful to have these efforts be coordinated so that it just kind of continues to develop something really solid for Easthampton.
Yeah, and I think the wayfinding as well could coincide with some of more of like the street furniture elements that we already have, but could use more of to make sure there's that coordination going on. That's great.
Awesome. And when does that kind of take effect?
So they just lifted the embargo on like announcing it. I think we'll hear from the consultants probably after the new year, and then hopefully it'll kick off January, February with the process, probably in my experience going through September.
So next year.
Yeah, that'll be next year. And then obviously, as is always the case, then we need to find money to actually fabricate and install signs, but finishing this part of the process is important to make sure that we're prioritizing signs and everything. Do that.
Awesome. Great. Wonderful. Okay, well, I think that will do it. So I say meeting's adjourned. Anybody else has anything to say, add before we?
No.
Okay, great. Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.